Hi everybody, good morning. Meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Thursday morning, a week out from Thanksgiving, and we are looking at some pretty quiet conditions for today. Still a little breezy in the eastern part of the state, closer to that departing storm system that's now over the Great Lakes. You can see the clouds with it. Lighter winds the farther west you go, and that'll be the case throughout the day. I think the peak winds will come right around noon, and then they'll start to die down late today. And as they die down late today and the sun gets ready to set this evening, we are going to be looking at some clearing skies out there or some cooler temperatures that are dropping quickly as we get into the evening hours. Kind of a colder night tonight again, just like it was this morning. A couple of clouds start to move in from the west as we get into tomorrow morning. We'll see mostly sunny skies though still tomorrow, just a few extra clouds around. Not a whole lot of wind for your day on Friday. And then as we look ahead to Friday night, looks pretty quiet still, kind of chilly, but not terribly cold, just chilly. And we'll start to see a few additional clouds move in on Saturday. We'll start to see more in the way of partly cloudy skies heading into the weekend and early next week. Although temperatures still look good on Saturday, it's after that when things will start to change. Highs today, they'll be struggling in the east here. Again, closer to that colder air mass to the east, so highs will be in the low and mid 40s, may not make it to 40 in northeast Nebraska. Mid and upper 40s around the Tri-Cities, lower 50s here to the west, and then mid and upper 50s out in western portions of Nebraska. Tonight back down into the 20s for most of us, mostly low and mid 20s for overnight lows. Not as cold in western Nebraska though. And then tomorrow it's western Nebraska warming up. How about low and mid 60s out west? Looking good there. 50s for most of us, still hanging on to some 40s in the east. It won't be quite as warm here. We'll try to make a run for 50 in Lincoln. Low and mid 50s around the Tri-Cities area. Tomorrow night, looking at upper 20s, mid to upper 20s, low 30s out there. And then looking ahead to Saturday. For most of us, this is the nicest day we'll see. Well, it's comparable this Friday, but two decent days. I think Friday might actually be better because the winds will be slightly lighter on Friday compared to Saturday, but still not bad at all on Saturday here. As we look at the Husker game day forecast, the final home game of the season, and of course you see Lincoln there, 56 degrees. It'll probably be in the mid 50s there around kickoff, 54 to 56, somewhere in there, dropping back about 51 by halftime, 48 by the end of the game. Partly cloudy skies and winds. They'll be a little breezy early in the game. They'll back off as the sun sets though. So not a terrible way to wrap up the season. It may be much colder for the final game of the season, if we don't have a bowl game. That depends on if we have a bowl game or not. But anyway, for the Iowa game over in Iowa City on Black Friday night, it looks pretty darn cold there in Iowa City right now. So if you have plans to go to that game over there in eastern Iowa, bundle up because we are likely to see some frigid air move in. Looking ahead to Sunday, still pretty mild across most of southern Nebraska, northern Kansas, but notice it's cooling down up north. That's the beginning of our colder air mass that's going to dive south early next week. In fact, you'll see that on the 7-day forecast as temperatures again, they climb the next few days here, looking good Friday and Saturday. Sunday, temperatures come down a little bit, but then a big drop coming in on Monday. Tuesday, temperatures may actually come back up a little bit, and then Wednesday back down a bit. Now, still very up in the air. Beyond Sunday, still a lot of question marks with the long-range forecast when it comes to the precipitation chances. Every one of those days, I did throw in a small chance on Wednesday, but Monday and Tuesday might have chances as well, but they're still just low-end chances. There's still too much uncertainty, even this as we're getting a little bit closer to that time frame. And we have to keep an eye on those chances even beyond as we go towards Thanksgiving. But once we get past Thanksgiving, look what is coming. Even colder air, as we could be looking at highs in the 20s for the final 2 days of November. So again, looking good Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Come down Monday, cold there. Tuesday, better. Wednesday, Thursday, Thanksgiving Thursday, kind of chilly. We'll have to see if there's going to be some moisture. Might impact travel. And then looking ahead to the end of the month and early November. Looking at the North Platte forecast, here is that, and again you can see looks similar, actually very nice though Friday and Saturday, and then temperatures come down a little bit. Not quite as cold in North Platte as farther to the east in the Tri-Cities, and just like the Tri-Cities, those precipitation chances Monday and beyond are up in the air. I did throw in a small chance as we look ahead to Wednesday beyond. I didn't mess with this graphic, I probably should because there's 20s on there. I didn't adjust that at all, but you can see the fluctuations in the temperatures coming here. In fact, I can adjust that for you real quick here in my editor mode if you would like to see a little better depiction of that. So here's what I'll do is I'll take that and change that just a little bit so you can see that a little bit better. Give me a second here. And I'll hit the save button. We'll jump back into that graphic real quick so you can see it. And again, you can see how the fluctuations don't look as big, but I included those 20s down there. So you see the drop in temperatures coming as we get into next Friday and Saturday. We're going to look at that extended outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. This starts Thanksgiving Thursday and continues through the following Wednesday. And we are likely now to be below average. We're going to get an Arctic blast that moves in during that time frame. And so it's going to be a cold end to November into early December. There are some signs beyond this. I've been looking at the long range outlooks beyond Wednesday, where we may actually get a nice little surge in temperatures though as we get towards the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th of the month. We may be back into the 50s and possibly 60s again. So hopefully the cold air doesn't last long. We're kind of looking at a winter where potentially we could be looking at these brief shots of cold air and then we warm right back up. It could end up being a mild winter with occasional shots of cold air. That's not a certain thing, but that's what I'm hoping for anyway. Looking at the long range outlooks. Precipitation wise from Thanksgiving and beyond, near to a little bit above average. We'll see. Still a lot up in the air with that. Looking at those long range outlooks again, not a lot these next few days. There's those extra clouds over the weekend. And then as we get into Monday and Tuesday, again, there's those minor chances of moisture. Wednesday, maybe a chance of rain and snow, which could affect travel. We'll see. Thanksgiving Thursday as well, maybe. Or could it be to our south? Beyond that, we could see more precipitation down the road. And finally, a look at the GFS forecast. Let's jump ahead right here to Monday. Again, that minor precipitation chance possibly Monday, maybe Tuesday, we'll see. And then Wednesday, that model doesn't have much for Tuesday. And then Thanksgiving Thursday, it has us dry. So hoping that we can miss out on that moisture. Well, I want to thank you all for watching on this Thursday morning. I'll see you on Friday with all the latest. Take care and God bless.